podcast, man. We at the BBG studio, man, with Monstar, man. You know what I'm saying? We call him Monster, but we call him Star because he's a star up and coming. Give me some, man. Say with the homie. We got N-Sane.
What's cracking, man? You know how we do it, man.
You know we got Jessie at BBG studios, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. What we got going on today, guys? I heard there's a lot of stuff going on, man. I just want to reiterate on another thing. We have a couple new people that are on this podcast today. My new me, because yesterday, if I owed you money, I'm over it. You know what I'm saying? And then we got the homie Monster, man. You know, Jessie's been on the podcast a couple times, you know. Me and N-Sane, we co-host like a motherfucker, but we got some new talent coming up in the Bay Area, man. You know what I'm saying? Out of San Jose, California, cutting hair, rapping, you know what I'm saying? Everything but trapping, because we are paying our taxes and stuff.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Part. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourself, bro. What's going down?
Shit, bro. You know what I mean? I just recently got out a few months ago, bro, but I'm out here trying to do something productive, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trying to inspire other people that were in my situation, homies that are about to get out, homies that are gonna get out, homies that just got out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just did 12 years, so getting out and experiencing that in there and coming out to a whole new world and trying to be a productive member of society and kind of like just blending in with the crowd and trying to get a platform going, you know what I mean? Like trying to like whatever I learned in there, like apply it out here, but a whole different aspect. Like that's what I'm trying to do, you know what I mean? And I'm trying to show people that it is possible and we don't have to go back to certain ways and lifestyles, so we can still be who we are, but in a grown way.
And you came out with a few hustles off top. I mean, you're already cutting hair, already trying to get into the union. I see you put it down on the song the other night, recorded right up here at PV Studio.
Yeah,
man, you already pushing, man.
Yeah,
but you didn't wake up with that mindset one day. You didn't just say, I'm getting out tomorrow. This is what I'm gonna do. Right? This is something that you learned over time, and I think that's a big thing that we have to talk about. Is that it's not like you're just gonna wake up tomorrow and have it all figured out. You know what I mean? It took, if not more, it took every day in life, not just the 12 years.
Not just that Jordan thing you were just saying,
bro. Just honestly, like just with just picking up just ism from people, bro. They're whatever they say. It could be somebody totally different, something you watch on TV. Just like you just retain it, bro. You know, you take. It's called a takeaway. You know, like when someone talks, when someone preaches something, or when somebody's doing something, or when they're showing you something, like the lesson there is what you're going to take away from there. So you might have heard him talk for 15, 20 minutes, but what did you get out of that?
Right.
What game did you get out of that? Like, what can you apply right there on the spot to fit your situation? You know what I mean? So it's like a spark, bro. You know? So like, honestly, like, it takes time. Like you can't go to sleep and wake up the next morning and be like, yeah, this is what's happening, you know, like, no, like that's put in motion, like you said, you know, like it doesn't take a day to think about this. This is something that I thought about doing like 5 years ago.
Right.
You know, when I got out of the, you know, the hole and shit, you know, like I was like, you know what, I need to do something different. Like I want to learn something. So like, I'm like, you know what? Like, let me try this out.
Yeah.
I started cutting hair.
Did you always have that mindset, or was that mindset, did that come from being in prison?
I can't say I always had that mindset. That's something that I developed as I got older.
Right.
You know, I got more wiser. I started like understanding and comprehending things a little more. And I didn't have that naive mindset or that one-way mindset.
Yeah, the one
where I'm gonna do what I feel I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's what is necessary. Not what you want to do. What is necessary? What can you do to be a better person or to do something more productive? Because that's the whole concept. What can we do to be productive? What can we do what can I do today that I didn't do yesterday that's gonna help me move forward for
I feel like
the
that's
future?
a lot of
You know what I
people's
mean?
problem. When you find somebody on that depression shit and that empty feeling shit, it's because you ain't doing something. There's something missing. It's not something that you might not need a love in your life or whatever people be thinking it is.
Bro.
It's about being productive.
Exactly. And some people, they have like a misconception of that too, right? Where they feel like I need to be like him. I need to do this. I need to do what he's doing. Like, hey, hold on. Like, yeah, that's a cool goal to get to, but be you, learn from that guy, and do you.
Get your takeaway.
You're good at. Do what you need to do, right? Like, experience the field, bro. Like, I don't rap, but I jumped on the track.
Right.
Yeah.
I said, fuck it. The homie did it. He does it. Why can't I?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm not saying I'm the worst, but hey, I did it. I challenged myself, and the shit came out all right. And I'm rolling with it. Like, hey, on the real, like, I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, cool. Same with cutting hair. I know how to use some motherfucking Norelcos, bro.
Right.
You know, I was in there shooting it with the Norelcos.
Yeah.
Broke the razor, used the razor, bent it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, I got those techniques, bro. And then I had to come out here like, oh, these dudes got Andes, these dudes got these
Right.
$300 things, and we got the straight blade. And I had to come out like,
But that's
No.
another thing with it. You already were willing to invest because you
Exactly.
knew you had to step your craft
yeah,
up. And you said this. I see they're using the Andes. I see they're using this and the other.
here work. I see
Right.
they're doing the hair paint and the designs, and it's
Right.
like you're accustomed to that one thing for that time, and then you come out and it's a whole different game. So it's like, if this is something you want to do, then you're gonna invest your time into that, and you're gonna make that happen. Bro, I was on YouTube for hours a day sometimes, bro, like just watching stuff, Instagram, like how people did certain things, their blends, how they did it. And cause I'm like a visual learner, bro.
Yeah.
I'm more visual and hands-on.
You say you keep alumni
Bro,
because
yeah, exactly.
Get your takeaway from that.
Yeah, exactly,
Like
bro.
you said,
So-
even just off of Instagram.
Yeah.
It's there. Because what are you looking at too? That's a big
Right.
thing. Are you just being distracted by it? Or you're really like, okay,
The takeaway, bro.
Yeah.
That's the
take away from not even
Exactly.
just someone talking, but looking at your phone.
And you ain't gotta do it just like him, but take
Right.
some technique from him and do your style, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of people are caught up with, oh, it's imperfect. It needs to be like, hey, bro, that's your preference. That's how you do it. That's what's up.
Yeah.
This is how I do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's the difference, bro. That's what makes you unique. You
Yeah,
do things-
absolutely.
and not to say you do things your way and you're stuck on that. You do things with your vision, bro. You know, that's your vision. You're an artist and you do things in your vision. You speak how you speak with your vision. You do what you do with your vision. And
Right.
it's not to say it's right or wrong. It's just your vision, bro.
Right.
And it's a preference. Everybody has a preference, right? But it's your vision, and your vision is unique, bro. And that uniqueness is what pretty much like the character in you comes out, bro. And the people see that. That's what catches people's attention. Like, damn, it's like everybody's wearing a certain color one day or a certain type of jeans, and then everybody wants to do that.
Right.
Everybody wants to be that. But then there's always this person or these people to the side who are like, that's cool, but I want to do this.
Right.
Yeah.
And that stands out.
Yeah.
And that stands out. And people, they see that. And, you know, some people hate, some
And then
people
people
appreciate
go that way.
But hey, there's constructive criticism, there's criticism, there's all kinds of different definitions we can get to. But the point is like, I believe the key to success is being unique, being yourself, investing that, learning from other people, and just moving your way, bro. And as long as it's not contrary, as long as you're not moving in a negative line, you're taking constructive criticism good, and you're listening to your peers or people that have been doing this for a while, you're taking something from there. That takeaway, bro, that's important, bro.
Right.
The takeaway, bro, that's how we learn. You didn't get to where you're at today overnight, bro. You got to where you're at today because you learned something from the next person, and you used that in your own way, and you built
do
a
your own
platform
thing,
from
yeah.
there.
Right.
Because you see a lot of people right now, like rappers,
Yeah.
right? They want to sound like Mozzie, or they want to sound
Oh,
like
yeah.
BKJ-Bo.
Yeah.
Yep. It
And
goes
like-
in a circle.
Like there's a lot of people that don't have that originality, right? So it's cool to take certain type of beats, and it's cool to take someone's style but create your own.
Right.
So
Influence, especially in any type of art, you're gonna be influenced by what you like and what. It doesn't matter if it's a stroke of a brush or the way somebody's style is, lyrically, or even playing a certain instrument. There's always some little twist to it, and it's I don't even want to say it's not biting. It's the influence on you, unless you're straight up biting, because people do that shit
People
too.
do that shit all day. Yeah,
But it's not authentic, and that's why it doesn't stick.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Lefty Gunplay straight biting people's raps. You know what I mean? Like, that fool just like blatantly take people's raps and shit. It's like, bro, what are you doing?
Right.
You know what I mean?
A lot of artists do it too. I mean, I wouldn't even call them artists really, but they see the wave and I'm not even saying they don't, obviously they like it, but they jump on that wave, steal a whole style, but it never sticks.
Yeah,
it's not the authentic flow,
and
or whatever it may be.
It's cool to bring back some old school shit, right?
Hell yeah.
A piece of it,
But
and then
also-
maybe you change the beat up or you change the tempo, you switch some words, right? Because it's like, I believe it's like paying respect back to that
I
song,
agree,
or paying
paying
respect
homage.
back
Yeah.
to that artist.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
bro, like I fucked with it so tough, I need to make a remix to it, or I need
Hell
to do this,
yeah.
right? And then there's another thing where it's like, dude, you sound just like him, and you said everything verbatim, bro. Like,
Right.
what the fuck, like,
Come on, Drake.
all right, cool, like, fuck it, like, you're not
We
being,
know
you're
what
not
Forte
being
is.
yourself, bro, and it comes down to preference. Some people like it, some people don't, but like I said, bro, being unique, being yourself, and investing that is the best thing you can do, bro. You know what I mean? And something's gonna hit for you. You know what I mean? Just being yourself, bro.
Keep shooting that shot.
Yeah,
Don't worry. What was it? Don't worry about the miss.
But to piggyback on that too, bro, like a lot of people, like they want to, like you don't have to reinvent the wheel, right? If the wheel's rolling, you don't got to reinvent it, right? But you don't have to that's why you got different size tires. You feel me? You know what
Hello.
I'm saying? So you just got to get the tire that fits your rim. You know what I'm saying? So like if it works, you can copy and paste, but make sure it fits you. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes it different. That's how you get that little difference in it, man. Sometimes that tread ain't what you need. You don't need off-road tires for what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. And that like, that's one thing, bro. I want myself to like be somebody that, cause I was around a lot of homies and stuff, and I actually put a game plan together, a little before my release, bro. And that was something like I wanted to do. I'm gonna stick to this. This is what I'm gonna do, right? The discipline that I had pretty much learned with time,
Yeah.
getting accustomed to the functions of how we lived and what we do and what you learn in there. You got a lot of opportunities to learn. You go to college for business. You got these little programs, and some people talk, and like I used to go to these programs to college and all that. Like, believe it or not, like I actually try to like, I was there, you know what I mean? But I actually try to like learn something, you know what I mean? Something from everything I did, like let it have been some type of business course or some type of somebody that talked and just said something, at one of these little programs in these groups, you know what I mean? And I was like, you know what, like I actually learned something today, and some people are like, man, fuck that. I just, I'm, just getting the milestones and all that, which is cool, but at the end of the day, like, bro, learn something, you know what I mean? But that's me, right? So
to each his own.
Applying now, now we're here, and it's like, bro, like everything I said I was gonna do, like I'm literally like, I'm doing it, and I'm doing it with time. Like nothing is built like, like Rome wasn't built overnight. Like that shit's real, bro. Or like you ain't gonna go to the gym one day and then go back home and feel like you fucking man. Like bro, like if you want results, you need to put in the work, bro. So like you can't, like, it's good to know people, certain people that are influential, certain people that they're gonna get you there, but
motivated.
You need to get dirty too, bro. You need to put in the work. You need to grind. You need to, promote your shit. You need to like
work.
Be that person, bro. You need to work, bro.
Yeah, and if
treat it like a 9 to 5, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
if you're having a hard time with that, man, read that book Atomic Habits, bro, by James Clear. Anybody listening to this, man, it's talking just like that. Atomic Habits.
Yeah, that's
just like that. So you see, over time, you learn, the discipline and everything like that. It's what you're building habits, right?
Yeah.
So your habit of waking up at this time, your habit of brush your teeth and everything like that, and
it breaks it down to like the habit, like to mini habits of what habits you need. Like if you got a specific habit, let's say smoking cigarettes, just because that's an easy one.
Yeah,
right. But it's what draws you to that cigarette. So now you got to break that habit of when you wake up, you reach for that cigarette pack. So you might start with the small new habit of putting that cigarette pack over there.
Yeah.
And it breaks it down like that book is gold.
That discipline though, bro, just doing that, right?
Right.
Gives you so much mental strength, bro, and builds you, bro. Like, damn, if I can do that, if I did that, if I went this long with that, man, if I put this energy into like other things, I could make so much more happen. And that's the whole thing, bro. Is like thinking like that. You know what I mean? Like
mindset.
Just your mindset, your mentality, bro. Like, where is it at?
Right.
You know, where are you at right now? You know, where can it be? And there's always room for progress, bro. And that's the whole thing, bro. Like, just going with the motions of life, but at the same time, investing yourself, bro. Investing yourself to prosper and to flourish and to enjoy the fruits of your labor, bro. You know what I mean? Like, on everything, bro. Yeah, that's it, bro. Like to just be one day, bro, kick back and be like, I went through all this shit.
Yeah.
And I got here and I went through all this right here. And then I went through all that right here. And here I am now.
Right.
Yeah.
And that is the goal, bro. The ambition you need to have, bro, to be successful. You know what I mean? And there's way more to it, bro, than just living like a certain lifestyle. You know what I mean? You are who you are as a man. Can't nobody, take that from you. You know what I mean? But there also is a way to move. There also is a way to network. There also is a way to operate. And that is like, that's the blessing, bro. The privilege of freedom, opportunity, bro. This is a gold mine of opportunity out here, and that's what people fail to realize. Like, but
because of that mindset, they're in the I can't mindset. There's nothing for me. There's no ways. There's no avenues, and really, it's all about how you're thinking in your head. You just take that one look over here, and you stay with that. Building the habits of even getting your mindset like that. That's why that book, Joe Bob, that one, boy. Because even that, I mean, it's not just about breaking a cigarette habit. It's about how to get your mind into the habit of the win.
1%.
How to break it down.
1%.
Who ever knew that Joe Bob reads books?
Man, he listen to it on audio. He did the Cliff Notes online.
Another thing too, right, bro? Another thing. Now we're talking about that, and we boom, right? There's another part to that. You are who you're around.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a fact.
So you can have all this ambition and strive, but you're around people that got low energy, people that got so much negativity to them. Like you feel it. You feel that
negativity. It's heavy.
It's hate. It's just heavy, bro.
Yeah.
And you come with all this positivity, all this drive, and then you're there, and then you're just like, you just get absorbed, bro. Like you're just like,
it's contagious.
You are who you're around, bro. So if you're around people that network, people that promote each other, people that are positive, people that are ambitious, people that are moving, people that are in motion, bro.
Welcome
right?
to
People that are in motion, bro. Right? That's what you're going towards.
Yeah.
You're gonna become just like that, bro, in your own way, bro.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about, bro. Like being around the right people, affiliating yourself with the right crowd, investing your time, investing your energy
with people
promoting
productive
each other, bro. And that's one thing, like I was talking to the homie, right? So, years back, right? I'm young, Brian. I'm 32, bro. You know what I mean? I'm talking about like before all this shit happened, right? I remember vividly like how it was, how the game was in a sense. And we didn't really have the social platform. We didn't really have this stuff right here, right? We didn't really have like the tightness, bro, in the community of networking and building each other, because we was always profiled as being something or these people and that people. And it's like, hold on, man, like, no, right? So fast forward, we're in a generation, bro, of so much like technology, advancement, opportunities, and all I'm seeing out here, right, is people promoting and networking and helping each other and coming together in a positive aspect to do that, bro, because everybody has a goal and a dream, bro. You know what I mean? And that's to just be successful, bro, in your own way, bro. And
that part.
And be content and just prosper from that, bro, and build something, a foundation, bro. Yeah. You can have all the upper body in the world, but you ain't got no foundation, bro. You're gonna fall. You know
what you trying to say?
I'm just saying, bro, like you need the foundation, bro. Without foundation, you can have everything written in stone, bro. But if that stone don't got a floor to land on, that shit's gonna keep falling, bro.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna be endless, bro. And you need to have foundation. So if your feet are planted on that floor and you're around the same people that are moving like that, bro, then that foundation is already in motion, bro. And then next is just applying that, bro. And that, like, being around the right people is another thing, bro. Like, just utilizing that and building, bro, together, bro.
Yeah. Well, you're in the right spot, man. Surrounding yourself with these brothers, man. These
exactly,
people,
bro.
Yeah.
That's why, like, so I'm very grateful and thankful, bro. How, like, I didn't really visually see, like, bro, don't get me wrong. Like, I seen, oh shit, like, I never thought I was ever gonna meet 90% of the people I meet, come across, or like actually like got their number and talk to them on a daily basis, or you know what I mean, like actually like built a relationship with them, right? I went from seeing these homies like, on their social platform and never knowing who they are, and going to like, not only just I shook this dude's hand, like I fuck with this dude, like I video chat this dude, I smoke with this dude, I chill with this dude, like we, you know what I mean? Like I made a song with this dude, you know what I mean? Like I cut his hair, you know what I mean? Like shit, like goddamn, like I felt like I went beyond what I visualized, which is a good thing, because it's only getting better, like my vision is only improving now. Now I'm like, okay, like, and like I said, bro, like I'm very blessed to be around people like you, you know what I mean? Almost like you guys, and who are on the same page, bro, of like we all just want to see each other succeed, bro, and prosper, bro. Like ain't nobody on some hate shit right here. Like everybody is for each other to help each other's movement out, you know what I mean? And that's what it's about, bro.
And that's the meaning of that's the meaning of cardinalismo, right?
Exactly, bro.
And unity, and that's what we push, and that's what we strive
live
for.
by it.
We live.
So that's why I tell people, bro, like, like if I wanted to go out and drink and fuck off for the whole night, it was easy to find those type of people, right?
Right.
If you want to build something, it's not as easy, but those people are there. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you gotta be around like-minded people, bro, with the same goals and ambition, bro. Because like, if I'm motivated today, my discipline has to kick in tomorrow. You know what I mean? And that's what the big thing about us being around each other is, bro. It's like we'll be talking to each other. People might go through some shit, bro. Hey, bro, did you do that yet? Oh no, I need to do it, but I don't feel like it. But now that you remind, man, let me go take care of that. You know what I mean? It's just. It takes a village, bro. It takes a village. It's not
every time I talk to you, bro. Like we ain't on some crash out shit. We ain't on some drunk shit. We got some, bro. What we gonna do today? Okay, you at work? Cool. All right, after you get out of work, do this, do that. You know what I mean? We got shit cracking. What's up with them shirts? You know what I mean? We always doing shit. That's
next plan.
Exactly.
And every time I'm around you, we always talking about the next.
We building something right now.
Yeah.
Even when you did the real too for the right here. You pulled up the tall cut hair. That was sick.
That was sick. I'm not gonna lie. That was something like crazy. You know what I mean? Like for me, I was like,
that was
never thought I'd ever see something like that. But it was.
It was like giving me some experience that I'm trying to move in a certain direction. And I was able to do that. You know what I'm saying?
And we helped each other out.
That's
with that,
right.
Bro.
Yeah.
Like, you gave me experience and something I never did.
Right.
Like the whole hey, we damn near it was directed and this is how we're gonna do this. And you gained experience through that, and that can add to your.
That goes back to your having that vision and making it happen. But at the same time, we were both bringing each other's vision at the same time. You know what I'm saying? What do you think?
Exactly.
How about, okay, I see what you're saying, and I see it like this. Yeah. And that shit clicked and clacked.
Collaboration.
Yeah. We're going to
talk about that. Bro, that makes shit bro, building this right here, what you guys have, it wasn't like it took one person to say something and other heads to put it together.
Right.
Yeah.
Because, bro, that's just how things come together, bro. Like everybody, there's different levels of geniuses and different people.
Right.
And the best part about that, bro, is like his genius and his level of genius, like together, is gonna create something, a vision, bro.
Yeah.
And a vision to go off of. You know what I mean? And
That's how this podcast
it
started.
starts somewhere, bro. It starts somewhere, bro. You start from having like this type of support and fan base, and to just something like boom, and it's growing, and it's forever growing, bro.
And that's why it's important. Another reason for us coming together is important because each of us bring our own following. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly, bro. That part.
Not everybody gonna go run and jump to the next person, but some of those people, just like we do with each other, we draw each other with the positivity. We doing that with somebody else that you brought, that you brought.
I met so many people off of you,
Likewise,
you. I met you off of them. You know what I mean? So it's a networking thing. But let me ask you a question, right? So you got locked up in what, 2012, 13?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how different was it from back then to now that you noticed? Like, was it a big difference, or like? How did you see it go?
Stretch of time.
I guess, what is it called? I'm not sure if this is the right thing, but I guess it's called like a culture shock.
Yeah.
You know, like a what the hell? You know, I know I've seen a few things. I had a couple young cellies, and they're like, bro, you know what I mean? And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you know, is that right? Like, that's what's going on. And then you kind of see shit, but you gotta understand, right? You're living in an environment and a world that's designed to separate you
from this world.
This world, bro.
Yeah.
You're in a whole, you pretty much, bro. Like you're not even on Earth. You're in a whole different Earth, bro. Like you're in a different environment.
Yep.
And your worries, your concerns, your goals, your objectives, they're there.
Yep.
They're there. You're not thinking about the streets. I speak for myself when I say that, right? Some people do, right? But you're really not thinking too much, at least myself, about the streets, bro. Like, because you got to worry about
you got to focus on what's going on in front of you. Yeah.
So it's like when you see certain things, new things, you hear new music, you see new faces, you see how people are moving and all that. Like, it's like shocking. Like, what the hell? Like, that's what's going on out there. That's what we're doing. That's and that's why I say, like, before we didn't have, like, there is YouTube, you know, I think Instagram had just came out. I never had none of that stuff. Like, the only shit I had was like a MySpace that I barely used. So I'm not even up on that shit, right?
Yeah.
So, boom, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all, like, everything's coming out. Boom, 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 boom. The network on YouTube expanded. Now you got influencers. They didn't have influencers at that time, really. And if they did, I ain't heard of them.
Yeah,
you know,
it was different. The people that were influential,
even the
now
movement
people could just
with like homies, you know, out here, like the culture, like the carnalismo, like what we're trying to do with each other, for each other, like the whole objective
out there than
it changed, bro. So when I got out, it was like I've only been out 2 months and some change, bro, and it was like I'm still adapting.
Right.
I'm still adapting, bro.
Fresh
out.
Everything, bro. Like to this day, to this second, I am still adapting. Like to everything. I know I talk to the homie on the side. I talk to you on the side, like, bro, and it's like this is totally different for me right here, like.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like, it's necessary, bro, because there's somebody sitting in that cell. There's somebody that's about to get out. There's somebody that just got out that hopefully I can influence or inspire, and not just homies in there just got out, like in general, homies that feel like people in general, bro. This goes for everybody, right? Like, look at me, bro. I looked at myself in the mirror, bro, a few times in prison, and I'm like, you can never get a job, bro. Like, you ain't never gonna, you know,
right.
Good luck, bro. You're gonna be in a warehouse, or you're gonna be in the back washing dishes, or you're gonna like. And that was, to me, I was like laughing, like, fuck, all right, bro. Like, that's what it came down to, right? Because in those times,
but you had
you had tattoos, bro. You were a criminal. You got looked at like you damn near did some shit down the street, bro. You could be innocent. Going to the store to get some diapers for your son, bro, and some Karen fucking calls the cops on you for looking suspicious, and there you are getting fucked with and harassed, bro, because you got tattoos. Right. Nowadays, the other culture shock is like, bro, even the simplest people have their whole shit hit up, and it's normal. Right. And it's like, damn, like, dude got more tattoos than me, bro, and he's working at fucking Jiffy Lube. You know what I'm saying? Damn, okay, he's getting 23 an hour, you know, like working at Costco, like I said mine, bro. Hey, God damn, the game has changed. Now it's like, but I still have that mentality sometimes, bro, where it's like the acceptance of how you look. But it's like, bro, deep inside, you know who you are.
Right.
Yeah. You know what you're willing to do and put forward, bro, putting your best foot forward every time and how you move like that, you know? So that's just another thing that kind of tripped me out, you know, like going from thinking like that, being like that, and getting out and seeing like, bro, it ain't that bad. Like it's not, like, don't give up. Like, don't think like that, bro. Cause really, like, the society has changed so much, like, just the way people see people and how they do stuff, bro, has just changed so much, man. And that right there is like an advancement of like society. Society has advanced while I stayed one way. And that was one thing when I'd get visits from my mom and all that and my girl and be like, hey, like when you get out, like expect to see this, expect to see this type of crowd, expect to see kids like this and some skinny ass jeans and like a fucking shirt that's medium when they're really XL.
It makes my muscles look bigger. It's also,
you know, transformation changes and acceptances and it's normal. Like don't, you know, like people are, you know, more sensitive. Like I hear kids like,
oh, they sensitive.
Like, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like in my time, it was like,
so we did.
That's what we did. And I'm not saying like, you know, like people, you know, to
go fuck them.
Yeah. Like, bro, like you are, like me personally, you do what you do. You are who you are. That's what it is. Your style, your swag, your personality, your preference, your perspective. That's you. You know what I mean? More power to you. But that's something I'm processing.
More power to you.
Like, damn, bro, like, and I'm not saying like
I didn't do 12 years. I'm still processing it too.
You feel me? So, trip out. This might be a little off, right? But so I'm out a few days, and the homie's like, "Hey, bro, like we're gonna go out to eat somewhere, you know, like fucking ride with us. We got you, bro. Like it's good." So you know, I'm there. Like we where do we go to a Smash Burger or something, bro? And I walk in, and I'm like, fuck, and everyone's going up to these little computers.
Oh yeah,
the kiosk,
right? And I'm like, the fuck are you doing? You know, like ordering my food, and I'm like, what? Like, get at the person in the front.
If I gotta order my food, bro, you gotta pay me an hour of
what is that shit?
I'm doing the job.
Lazy,
tap all that, like, bro, like bro, I have an iPhone. I still don't know how to use that motherfucker, bro.
It's all good.
And that shit frustrates me so much, bro. I'm like, what the? Like, I just, like, minutes ago, I was like, how do you do this, bro? Like, how do I get off of YouTube? I'm like, damn, bro. Like, I'm like I said, bro, like, that stuff is like.
But it doesn't seem like 2012 was just that long ago. You know what I mean?
We had phones with buttons in 2012, bro.
I think that like touchscreen was just coming out. You know?
Yeah, bro. Because
before that stuff was all like it was popping, but like so I, like 18 years old, you know, I caught a case or whatever. I go to jail, I come out, I go back to jail, I go to prison, the little 2.5. I get out, I was only out a few months, caught this case. Yep. So like my gap of being out since I was 18, I'm 32. So my gap of like the months that I was out, I wasn't up on nothing. So like I had a smartphone, but it was Android, the simple shit.
Talking about poverty.
Yeah, so like
I got an Android.
That was back on Android users like you know, a simple Android. Just Android works.
Hey, bro,
Samsung is the shit.
Hey, but you know what I mean? You know, like just like I'm not thinking about like all that stuff. So like now I'm out here with, you know, taking life one day at a time and still processing like, bro, like the Netflix and bro, I fucking logged into YouTube on my phone on the TV.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Hey, dude, am I playing like YouTube from my phone on the TV? Like, you know, like Netflix and all that. Like, I'm like, damn, bro. Like, I'm still to this day. There's always something I see, and I'm like, what the fuck? You know?
I can remember texting Naomi, and I go, yeah, I sent it, and he goes, okay. He's like, wait, I got it right now. I'm like, I know.
It's funny how we take advantage, like we take things for granted.
Yeah.
You know, the simple things, like, because we've been out here living it.
Yep.
And then, you know, to have you come out and just experience it, like, it's like you take that shit.
It's like a
Hey,
time
we're
machine,
looking
man.
at each other, bro, like this, right? I'm looking at you from getting out, like, are you serious, bro? And you're looking at me
Like, are you serious?
been out, like, are you serious? like it's not the shit's chess, not checkers, you know what I'm talking about? But it's like, bro.
It's like, bro, I can see your face through the phone.
And then they got like the filters on the phone, and it's like,
yeah.
like the other time, like I was talking to the homie and I gave him like a thumbs up, and that shit popped up. I was like, what the fuck? Locked down. Uninstalled the uninstalled the app, blocked everything. Like, what the fuck? It's the feds. It's like, bro, it's innocent. I just told him thank you for the fucking shirt. What the fuck, you know, like, and then like, nah, that's like balloons and sprinkles and confetti. Shit gets, you know, like, it's just like,
Stop, guys.
this shit. So like, yeah, bro. So when we talk about like the difference in everything, it's like night and day, bro. Like I just came out to the new world, bro. This is the new world for me. Like, damn, you know,
Welcome, all boy.
yeah, bro. So
shit.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, I'm enjoying life one day at a time, bro. You know what I mean? My 3-month-old son. You know what I mean? So he was just born a month before I got out.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So like,
Talk about, you got another one doing yet or what? Go back to back with him.
it's out of my hands, bro. But it happens, and I'm ready. And that's even more inspiration for me, bro. When I wake up in the morning and I look at my son.
Hell yeah.
And it's, you know, like,
remember.
I'm looking at him and I'm like, bro, I swear you are not gonna struggle like I did, or like,
And
I'm gonna make sure like what I do before I depart this earth, I'm gonna leave something for you, bro. Like,
Yeah.
watch, you know what I'm talking about? Like, that's my little reflection, you know. So I'm looking at him like, bro, I just did this time and I came out straight to dad duties, and that's even more inspiration for me. Like to just bro, for those that understand what I'm talking about, like just that's like motivation, bro. Like
100%.
to like, yeah, you know what I mean? So that's you know, that's different for me, bro. You know, like to just raise a child
That's purpose, man.
to be in this environment, paroling from where I paroled from, bro, and being in that environment, and you know, I was right there, like just around some thugs, bro, some real shit, you know, like, and then you come out to this environment and there's kids and there's people, and you know, like there's no alarms, and you know, like you're not being fucking surveyed 24/7, and you know, like told when to lock it down, and you know, like besides the shit right there, you know, but you know, being told when to lock it down, and you'll be accustomed, like, okay, like, you know, like, all right, yard is from 1 to 3 or 9 to 11 on the 180, you know what I mean? Like, you know, and then we're down all day, and then there's day room at night, and then that's it. You know, like that's your program. You know, and then you have a whole different program out here. Like, bro, I love working out.
I call it a no-grunt.
That's my stress relief, and I need to work out to like wind down, and that gets me right. If I don't work out, I start feeling like, because I've been working out for so long and being accustomed to that discipline, like it's like
your body has to get it out.
Getting out, you know, I work out to this day, bro, 5 days a week. I just switched it up. No more burpees. I do push-ups. I do bars. I hit the burpees here and there. You know, my back is kind of fucked up, you know?
Yeah.
But
I got an experience.
Here, you make it work, bro.
Good one.
You make it work, right? So I'm like, okay, like I always wanted to like lift weights and do something different and do push-ups and run the treadmill one time and you know, go experiences, go do that. So that's another thing I incorporate.
I gotta go on hikes and shit.
I wake up in the morning, bro. I plug in my clippers. I make sure they're charged. I work out. You know what I mean? I take my little, you know, pre-workout thing and, you know, I chill, drink my coffee, bro. Early in the morning, I wake up early, bro. Still, I wake up. I have that time. I like waking up early, bro, because I have that time, bro, to myself, peace and quiet, still kind of dark, drinking my coffee, chilling, and just thinking about what do I got to do today? Like, just making an agenda. So by the time, you know, my girl wake up, my son wakes up, I'm sitting there like, okay, I got to do this. We got to do that. We got to go knock this out. I got to go cut some hair over here. Like, this is what we're going to do. Playbook. 11 o'clock. And I've been taught so much about time management. Like, manage your time, bro. Like, so long, like, I knew in there, like, okay, breakfast comes at 6 in the morning. You know, you get your shit in the cell. Boom. Once that goes out, you know, you got your program. Your celly's probably going to use your restroom. You're probably going to use the restroom. Boom. And then education release at this time, but yard starts at this time. I work out at this time. I went from that to like being out here and having to make a whole new program. And that was kind of hard.
Everybody who don't got no program whatsoever.
That was kind of hard for me, bro, because I was so accustomed to like doing that. Like I felt off if I didn't. But I had to like sit back and realize like it's okay. Like adapt to the environment. Move different. You can still do what you do. It may not be as excessive as it was before. Right. But get something in, do something, feel good.
Yep.
That's all that matters, bro. And be productive and boom, learn something. And just that's it, bro. Like meditate. That's why I say I wake up, meditate, do my little workout regimes and boom, what do I gotta do today? I got a haircut at 11:30. I got a haircut at 5:30. I gotta go over here. I gotta go over here. Homie's pulling up over here. Boom, let's get this going. Boom, boom, boom. Homie hits me up. Hey, bro, I gotta listen to this, bro. What is it? Just listen to it. Boom, the beat coming. I'm like, bro, you know I ain't be rapping. Bro, just fucking do it.
Hell yeah.
Okay, like, fuck it. Let's get it then. All right, bro. You know, and there, I'm like, all right, boom, listening to it. Like, all right, I kind of got the gist of it. I listen to how people flow. Like, let me do my thing now, like how I want to do it, you know? So it's just like shit like that.
I want to touch on that though, man, because even you, I know you're not a rapper. I get that. I'm not a rapper, but you have that artistic mind. You know what I'm saying? It's in you. Yeah. So just to tap on that, you have thought of it and it comes to you. It's not just like you said, I want to give it a shot. You know, look, I mean, like, it is that because you just tried it and you got up in there and did that.
Years ago, 15, 16 years old, I used to fuck with somebody and he was like hella big into it, you know, kid, bro, but he had bars, bro, you know what I mean? And he kind of tried to get me into it. So I actually did make a song when I was like 16, right?
Okay.
And it was to that one beat that go DJ.
Hell yeah.
DJ. We switched it all up, bro, right? We switched it all up. But I just did that because the homie's like, come on, man, right? And I did it and I was like,
that sound good?
It was all right, bro. Yeah. Being 16, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna sit here and say it was, you know what I mean?
Some hard.
Yeah, it was about 18 likes, you know? YouTube, it's still there, you know what I mean?
That's right.
But I like after that, we take money, fuck, some shit like that. Yeah, it's cool, bro. But I just did that and that was it. That was the last time. But I get what you mean when you say that.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's not everybody.
Poems, bro, right? I write poems.
Yeah.
I write, bro. I got a stack for years, bro. I'll sit in the cell and I'm feeling something. I'm feeling some type of way about something, and I felt like I need to express myself, right? And rapping is an expression, bro. Mm-hmm. Like when you listen to the fucking words, like, bro, I love the bass. Don't get me wrong, I love the bass. I love the beat. I'm like all for like, bro, if the beat sounds like, but some beats ain't the best. But if you listen to the words that somebody's saying, they're fucking deep, bro. Cause a lot of times people that really flow, bro, they put their all into that shit, like what they're going through.
You can feel it.
What it is. You can, and you know, it hit right when you feel it. Like, bro, I'm living that shit. Like,
Yep.
he knows what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, bro, he just put my whole life into 3 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, straight up, you know? And it's like,
Killing me softly.
so like, I get that, bro. So I do have an artistic, like, I consider myself more of an artist, bro. Like an artist, a jack of all trades, bro. Like, I can cut hair, I can do this, I can do that. And I have like an like, I like drawing, I like painting, I like just poems, I like doing all kinds of stuff. And I do that because I feel like that's like a way to express myself. So yeah, like, I'm not a rapper, bro, but I'm an artist, bro.
Yes.
You know? And the homie, he has me like trying to help on production. I also got like a vision with stuff, right? So I know the homie came to me for one of the music videos that dropped famous for the Cold Nights, right?
Yeah.
And
that came out.
so I literally, like, on the spot, he's like, what are we gonna do with this and this and that? On the spot, the day of, seconds from, this is what we're gonna do. Boom, 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 boom. This is how we're gonna do it. Get this scene. You know, TC was there. Shout out TC. You know what I mean? He shot the shit. He had his own perspective and his own visual and all that stuff. So, but being able to, like, I never did that before, but because I felt like I had that vision of how it needed to be, like, that showed me that I could also do that stuff if need be. I could also do that because, hey, bro, like, at the end of the day, it got done and it was dope, bro. You know, I believe strongly it was dope. And that's that, bro. You know what I mean? And that was another thing I did. You know, like that was another thing. And I'm thankful that the homie gave me an opportunity and trusted me in that process and gave me that confidence. You know,
what's the name of that song?
It's called Cold Nights.
Cold Nights.
Yeah, go crazy.
So like, so that song right there, like, just the whole way it came out, it was like, damn, like, and I watched it and I'm like, damn, bro, like, I'm not saying I did that, but I'm like, damn.
But you are part of that.
Yeah, like, that shit, like, when you sit back and you see what you did and it comes together, let it be a song, let it be a haircut, let it be a production, let it be a video, let it be something, and you can sit back and be like, damn, like, I fuck with that, bro. Like, that is the best payment ever.
Amen.
That is the best payment ever, bro.
Yeah, I feel that.
That's another thing, bro. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, all of us as human beings, we have capabilities to do the same thing the next person does, bro. Right? And what I'm trying to say is, bro, put your mind to it, invest that energy and that time, bro. Instead of investing your energy and time in some bullshit, invest your energy and time in being positive and confident with yourself, bro. Because confidence is like the main thing, bro. If you're not confident with your work, with yourself, or what you do, then it's boring.
Yeah.
You know, you ever hear somebody that's talking or doing something and you're kind of like,
right.
But you ever hear someone that's like, just going with this, you're like, shit, like, okay, like, he's okay.
Walk out like, I need to do more.
That's the type of energy I'm trying to bring here, bro. Straight up, I'm trying to be.
You doing a good job, homie.
Straight up, I'm trying to be myself.
Nervous my ass.
I just have to I'm acting like the cameras ain't here, bro. I'm just being myself.
Yeah, this is how
you know this, bro. Like, on a personal social level, this is how it is, and this is what it is, bro. And you know, like, just be yourself, be unique, bro, and put your best foot forward, Eric, bro. And you can make motherfucking mountains move straight up, bro.
I believe in that.
Straight up, bro. You can make mountains move, bro.
So what do you think your biggest takeaway from being in prison would be? Like, one lesson that you learned, what would be the biggest lesson you learned from prison? And then also, what would be the biggest lesson you learned since you've been out?
The biggest lesson in there, bro, I would say, if this makes sense, is the hardships and the struggles that come with certain things, bro. Like, just man, going through the motions of just handling business, bro, being yourself, doing what's necessary, bro, right? And accepting that as that's what it is. This is what it is, and you're this before anything. Like you're a man before anything. This is what it is. We're here.
Deal with
this is where my mind's at. deal with it. It's fucked up that happened, but hey, keep that shit going, bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
And going with that belief, like it's gonna be all right, bro. I done had all my fucking resources fall off, bro. And going to, doing some shoot turns or whatever the fuck, right? And just having nothing or nobody or having minimal support.
That's different.
People falling off, just losing property, losing your TV, CO didn't pack your TV, all kinds of shit. You ain't doing too good. And you have to deal and cope and accept the struggle that comes with that, bro, of having nothing and having to start all over again, bro. And having to start all over again
That's enough.
with minimal resources, bro. Like with nothing. But making it happen some way, somehow, bro. And that's something right there, bro, that's deep, bro. And for those that are seeing that experience that, like, they know what I'm talking about, bro. You know what I mean? And just going through that, bro. And out here, it's a whole different ball game, bro. So out here, it's more of like adapting, accepting what's happening, and at the same time, okay, so there's like certain things that happen that frustrate me so much, right? To where I feel like I go from 0 to 100, like mentally, I'm like, right? Because I'm not accustomed to dealing with that out here.
Right.
You know what I mean? And there, everything happens the same, bro. Like I was talking to the homie earlier. Bro, you know what time chow is, you know what time you know what time this is, you know what comes with that, you know if this happens, what's gonna happen next and all that. It's like normal, natural, like that's what you live, right? And you come out here and then there's like in there when the curveball happens, everybody knows it. Oh shit, like, oh, they're moving different.
Mm-hmm.
They're not here. They didn't do they did bar lock at fucking 3 a.m. You know, like you're dealing, like you're like constantly like PTSD with shit, you know, like you're on it, you know, like, cause that's just the normalities, you know?
Yeah.
And out here, it's a whole different struggle, bro. Like, and you don't think about those things, bro. You don't think of, and it's the smallest shit that's like so throws you off so much that you just kind of like, what the fuck, you know, like, and you just have to cope with it and understand that it's gonna be okay. You're gonna have so many setbacks out here. Bro, there's going to be times out here where you're probably going to be in a similar situation out there, but with more privilege, I guess. Yep. But it's going to be okay, bro. The same mentality you had in there to go through that.
Yeah.
And be like,
apply it.
I went through it and I'm here I am, you know?
If I did that, I can do this.
Bro, if you can do that in an environment where there is just minimal shit, bro, and anything is possible, bro. So out here, I deal with the little dilemmas of certain things, or when things don't go accordingly, or how they need to work, or how I'm accustomed to, and how certain people move, like maybe they're not about their word like that, or they don't do certain things. It kind of like throws me off to where I'm like what the fuck, you know, like, all right, you know, like
yeah. Let me process.
And that like. That's something that I'm still dealing, like I said, I'm fresh out, bro. So I'm still like adapting and dealing with certain things, but having a good support system like helps you. You know what I mean? So like having like my family, like that have been, you know, around and through that shit, like, hey, this is normal. Like you're 32 years old now. Like you got a kid, you got this and that. Like this is normal. Expect this. Like, you were a kid when you got locked up. You didn't have to worry about fucking car payment or mortgage or, you know, making ends meet, making sure you got food in the fridge. Bro, because you go in the canteen once a month, you going 240. You going, no, 300, I think it's like 300 now, bro. You go in the canteen, though. And once a month, it's routine. You know how to ration all that. You're taking care of you. You're taking care of your celly if you ain't got it like that. Looking out for other homies in the section, you know what I mean? You know, that's the normal, you know, making sure people don't go without, whatever. And then you're out here and it's like I was telling the homie, like, bro, I remember $20, Carl's Jr., me and my brothers used to go eat and something.
Yeah.
Can't do that now.
No, what the fuck? Like, hey,
just $89.
What do you mean?
Frappuccino.
What do you mean? Yeah, what do you mean the McChicken says 99 cents? How the fuck is it $2.15? Like, what I'm talking about? Like, Just shit like that. You know, I went to Carl's Jr.
It don't stress.
Just got something from my girl now, and then I found out there's like a rewards app you download and you get like percentages. This shit was still like $40. I was like, the fuck did we get? Like,
That shit still.
you know what I'm talking about? Like, goddamn, this is like, are we gonna have to like tip the motherfucker that made it? So, you know,
What did you find more difficult, adapting to prison when you first got in, or adapting to life out here when you first got out?
okay, so adapting to prison did take some time to get accustomed to everything. Adapting out here is still taking some time. I'm fresh out, bro. I think that would be like something I could answer like in more like a year or two, right? But
Makes sense.
I can tell you this, like as of an answer, right? Like adapting in prison is one way. It's this way or that way,
Right.
right? And
Like
when
you
I say that way, I mean there's one way.
Yeah. Yeah.
That way doesn't fucking exist,
Right.
you know? So out here, the adaptation is just a little different, you know? And there you kind of like hold shit to yourself. You know, you don't really want to be too emotional, and people don't really express themselves to other homies and other people in there. You know, like you kind of just keep it to yourself, what you're feeling, what you're going through. Cause you done seen someone lose their shit before, and you ain't trying to end up looking like him. You ain't trying to. I done seen some shit. You know, you want to end up like dude.
Yeah.
You know what? And it's like out here, you got you got more support, bro. So like, it's hard out here and it's hard in there, but I feel like I still need some time to decide, bro. As of right now, like the adaptation in there, it was a little struggle, a little bit, you know what I mean, for a few years, but it was normal. So now I'm dealing with this. So I can say adapting out here is it's not super hard. It's a little challenging, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you got more support out here. Like I can freely pull you to the side and be like, hey, bro, this is what's going on. And not feel like I overdid it. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Or I express like, of course you want to just talk to anybody about shit, but you got your family, you got the homies around you, you know what I mean? You got loved ones or people you fuck with, you know what I mean? They just really got your best interest at hand. And sometimes you're like, hey, bro, this is what's going on. Like, and then you just hear what they have to say, you know what I mean? So like, that's something that I'm currently experiencing right now and accepting that.
Right.
You know, like oh, you can
bless the
talk to
gang.
people
God
out
bless the
here.
gang.
You know, you can talk to people out here, and it's gonna be okay, bro. You know, so that's, you know, hopefully I answered that question.
Yeah,
You know what I
no,
mean?
definitely.
So it's just that's just what it is, bro. You know what I mean? So and all in a nutshell, bro, like just having support is a big thing that helps towards your success too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Keeps you in check, you know, on top of like I like working out and all that, and that keeps me mentally balanced and keeps me feeling good and keeps my mind going, bro. But like, yeah, the curveballs out here, sometimes I need to talk to somebody that's been out for a while or experienced that. Somebody may be like, hey, bro, I dealt with that too, bro. Check this out. This is how I handled it. Cause I'm not used to that. I'm like, what the fuck is this? You know, like
Right.
God damn, you know, man, bro, sometimes I feel like breaking shit, you know what I mean? Like the monster in me wants to come out. Don't talk to me, you know, because you might get the bad end of me, but I have to remember, like, hey, hold on, bro. Like,
So
it's not the end of the world, you know, like it's gonna be all right, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So what's next for you, man? What do you got planned, man, for the next year coming up?
For the next year coming up, bro, I'm just hoping to further my career and in my career in barbering and getting more getting certified and okay, so the LLC, like I'm thinking about it and doing the LLC thing and buying like a mobile barber thing, investing in
Act on that.
and being a certified barber too, getting my license, getting all that, looking into the pretty much the details of what it takes to run a mobile service, and I'm looking forward to like within the next year like accomplishing all of that and seeing what else comes with it. You know, like, man, hopefully I can produce more videos, bro, and hopefully I could jump on some more tracks and do it all, bro. Like I'm trying to like within this year, like my expectations of this year, like my mission statement for the year, is like this is what I expect, bro. By the end of the year, I expect to if the LLC thing doesn't hit, at least find something steady, get the barber school into effect, get certified, learn something. And at the same time, bro, expanding all kinds of things, like let me try the production phase. Let me jump on this with the homies. Something's gonna hit, bro.
Right.
Within that year, if you invest hard work and time, if you invest hard work and time, you're gonna see success, bro. You know what I mean? And the investment of hard work and time will be much, bro. It will be much, bro. But at the end of the day, investing that, something's gonna hit, bro. You know what I mean? So that's my vision, bro. I feel like as of right now, my platform's just building a little bit. And like I said, bro, things don't happen overnight. So within that year, as long as I keep pushing the way I am, as long as I keep promoting certain things, having other homies assist me with the promotion, getting the ball rolling, perfecting my craft,
right,
success is there, bro. You know what I mean? Success is always gonna be there, bro.
Well, we can help you right now, man. Shout out your Instagram and how people can get a hold of you.
Okay, my Instagram's JG826, bro. You can get a hold of me through DM. You know what I mean? As of right now, you get a hold of me through DM, and you know what I mean.
And also, anybody in like the West Contra Costa area, Berkeley area, hit up Monster on say it one more time, brother.
JG826.
Hit him on the DMs. We over here trying to build up some clientele and everything. So, let's
I'll
get
put
it
your link right there in
AKA Cash or Fade. You know what I mean?
The Cash
That's
or Fade.
My little logo is Cash or Fade. You know what I mean? I thought it was unique.
That's dope.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I thought it was unique, and that's the
Trademark, by the way.
Trademark, yeah.
Stealing those.
Bro, watch that shit be out like tomorrow. You know what I mean? But on some real shit, bro. Like I be in San Jose, Contra Costa County. You know what I mean? Alameda, everywhere, bro. Like all in the Bay Area. Like that's where I go, bro. As long as everything adds up and everything is right, bro, we make it happen, bro. You know what I mean? Absolutely. And I'm not sitting there like doing the arm and the leg shit. You know what I mean? Everything I do is reasonable. You know what I mean? If you feel like you want to bless something else, that's on you, bro. I'm really in it because I love cutting hair. That's like one of my passions. So it's meditation for me. Mm-hmm. So like I'm getting like multiple benefits from it. So I'm meditating while I'm cutting hair. I'm getting paid while I'm doing it.
Yep.
And hey, bro, I'm making you leave with confidence. If you don't fucking walk past that window, bro, you're like, okay. Like that's my goal is I want to, like, when I'm done cutting your hair, bro, I'll kick back. I want to see if you're going to by that window or that mirror right there, bro. I'm kind of like, that's my whole job, bro. So like, that's my thrill. You know what I mean? I like seeing people appreciate what I can do. So, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
For you know what I mean, for the future, bro. Like that's what I really aim for, bro. You know what I mean? It's perfecting my craft and just doing what I do, bro. And
good shit,
you know what I mean? Just whatever it is, and I appreciate you guys. You know what I mean? Shout out to PaperWork Podcast, BBC Studio.
Appreciate you, man. Yeah. Before we wrap it up, though, man, was there anything else you want to say or any shout outs you got?
So shout out to, you know what I mean, Bounce Out Clinton, all the homies, bro. You know what I mean? All the homies inside the walls. You know what I mean? All the homies that are out here that feel like they got nothing. People that feel like they ain't got nothing. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully I said something today that they could take away and use as motivation and
oh, you motivated the shit out of me.
Yeah, boy. Shout out to everybody, bro. Like everybody, you know what I mean? Like there's endless names, bro, and we ain't gonna get into it, bro. But shout out to like the loved ones inside the walls, bro, that I actually struggle with and live with, bro, and experience stuff with. And shout out to the everybody that's out here trying to make a difference, bro, and trying to like survive, bro, in a way. And I just want everybody to know that it's gonna be all right. You know what I mean? It's gonna be all right, and we're here to help each other. You know what I mean?
We are.
You know, I appreciate everybody right here too.
Yeah,
bro. I appreciate
anything you need from us, man. We always here. You already know. You know what I mean?
Already know, exactly.
Yeah, you already know him. You already know Joe Bob. You know, me and you just met, but anything you need, man, just let us know, man.
I appreciate you guys, bro, on some real shit, bro. Like this, I I've seen this before. I just never thought I would ever be right here, and to be here, I feel like it's like an honor and a privilege. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so like I
likewise,
appreciate
bro.
you
Likewise,
guys.
bro.
Like,
Straight up.
like I
Honor is all mine, man.
You know what I mean? I
Appreciate
appreciate you guys. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. Well, man, that's it. We wrapping this shit up, man. We had Jess right here, BBG Studios,
That's my brother.
Joe Bob, and Monster, man. Appreciate you for coming by, man.
guys,
No Paperwork
Hell yeah.
podcast, dopest podcast cooking. You know how we do it.
I like you. You see me, man. We out.
Is that bro?
Is that bro, baby? See you on the 19th.
Yeah.